So about a year ago, me and a friend of mine did a little shopping at Ulta and we ended up spending way too much money, but as a reward we got a free gift. And that gift was a purple bucket hat with yellow and white flowers on it. This wasn't really something that my friend was going to wear, so he gave it to me. But it wasn't something that I was going to wear either. So I did what I usually do. Let it sit in my closet for a year while deciding randomly one day that I should do a craft with it. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did. I wanted to make the hat look more punk, so I decided to bleach a section of the hat that I would later embroider a design on top of to make it have the effect of popping out of the hat. The first thing I did was do some sketches of the design I wanted on some sticky notes. And after I had a general idea of what I wanted the design to be, I moved on to the hat. I put a piece of cardboard in between the layers of the hat and then sketched out my design really roughly with some chalk so I would know how much of the hat I needed to bleach. In order to keep the hat flat, I used some metal insect pins to pull the fabric taut. This was my first mistake. I didn't consider that the bleach would oxidize the metal pins, and it would eventually end up rusting the pins so bad it would leave holes in the fabric of the hat, which is a mistake I'd have to fix later. I didn't want to be too harsh with the bleach and potentially risk melting the hat, so I started the bleaching process off with using blue toilet bowl cleaner. This was my second mistake. It was not nearly strong enough to bleach the hat, and I had to move on to using liquid bleach. I wanted to do this outside, 1, to avoid the fumes getting all up in my face, and 2, to use the power of the sun to hopefully lighten the fabric even further. And of course, while I was doing this, I decided to get sidetracked with the second bleaching project. A little while before this, I had gone to an oddities market in town and I bought a cow bone for $5. It was pretty dirty, but I saw the potential in it, and I decided to bleach this bone while I was already in a bleaching mood. Quick disclaimer, you cannot bleach bones the same way that you would bleach anything else. You have to use hydrogen peroxide specifically, with a little bit of dish soap. After I was done being distracted with my side quest and the hat had finished bleaching, I threw it in the washing machine to get off any residual chemicals. Once the hat was all dry, I laid it back flat and sketched a more detailed design of what I had originally planned out. The chalk I was using to draw on the hat wouldn't allow me to draw a super detailed plan of what I wanted to embroider, so I ended up kind of doing it half planned out, half freestyle. after many, many hours of sewing, including sewing up the holes that I had burned into the hat, I ended up with this. I think it actually turned out pretty good considering all my little mistakes. And my side product turned out pretty good as well. Now that it's summer again, I'll hopefully be able to take this bad boy out in the town. Probably to the beach.